Yo, what is going on, YouTube family? Welcome back to another episode here in the courtyard. This is going to be a raw episode today, but before we get into that episode, I want to take a second to personally thank you guys so much for taking time out of your day to view my channel. It really does mean the world to me that you guys are willing to do that with the love, the likes, the supports, the comments. It really does mean the world. And my goal, as I mentioned in my last video, I want to try to get to 500 subscribers by the end of this year, and I really know that's possible just because we're on such an upward trend, and I just feel like the sky's the limit with this channel. I really do have a lot of faith in it. So today, our topic is going to be over tattoos. Specifically, if you're a beginner or you want to dabble into tattoos, you're not sure on some of like kind of the do's and don'ts of kind of going through the process of getting your tattoo. And like I said, this is a raw episode. I'm not editing this or anything, so yeah, I'll probably mess up here and there, but that's the fun of it. We're gonna have fun with these raw episodes. I'm gonna try to release them like once a week, like on a Wednesday. So without further ado, let's get into this episode. Set you up here. Okay. So hopefully that's good. I know the lighting's a little bit crap here. Alright. Almost looks like a CGG background with like the plants and everything. I'm also going to be looking down at my phone because I wrote down some bullet points. Okay, so like I mentioned, today's topic, we're going to be talking about tattoos. And if you kind of want to, if you're a beginner and you want to get your first one, or even if you have a few and you're looking for some helpful tips, what you can kind of do going forward. So tattoos in general have gotten such a bad like rap because I don't even know why. I think they're beautiful. I love them. I work a corporate job and they have no issues with my tattoos. Yes, some are hidden. I even have some on my hands, on the back of my neck, even on my head that aren't even hidden. But I love them, and it's something that's unique and definitely sets me apart. And another thing besides the workplace, blah, 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 in the modern world, they're very acceptable now. It's such a good conversation starter. I'm in sales in my job, and for me to go meet a person I don't even know, and then they see my tattoos, and then it's just easy to strike up a conversation about them, and then just lead into whatever business we have going on. Even if I'm out and about, with friends or whatever, and I want to talk to some other people, it's a very good conversation starter because a lot of people in their 20s, 30s, whatever, have tattoos. So it's a good way to be like, hey, what artist did you go to? Which shop did you go to? Why'd you get that design? Blah, blah, blah. And then you can just lead into other things with that. So if you're a person who's struggling with self-esteem issues or just confidence, whatever, this might be a good avenue for you. To dabble in some tattoos, and that way you can, break the ice if you're looking to be more social. I don't recommend this being your only option. Obviously, there's other things, but this is a good option if that's what you guys want to do. So, all right, let's get into this episode. So, that being said, let's get into some of the do's and don'ts that I kind of recommend. Let's say prior to getting your tattoo, some of the thought process that can go into it. So for the first one, for the do's, know your design layout ahead of time. So for me, I had an idea overall on what I wanted with my tattoos. Not all this was done at one time, that would be insane. But I at least put some sort of thought into it and design on like what I wanted. I don't recommend people going to the beach and just going to their local like tattoo parlor and just be like, I want a dolphin jumping over my belly button, because you're gonna regret it, trust me. So definitely put some sort of thought into it. Research the studio, research the artist that you're going to. Make sure the artist / studio is good in whatever genre of tattoo that you want. So for me, I definitely love the geometric and realism. So I am only going to go to the places that specialize in that. It only makes sense, especially for the amount of money that I pay for these. Like I want it to be, top notch. So I'm only going to go to places that specialize in them. So that's my first point, is just know your design layout ahead of time. But don't have 100% in your brain what you want. You can always collab with your artist, which I love doing. When I first was getting tattoos, I had an idea in my head and I was just like very stubborn about it. Now that I'm with a solid studio, shout out to 90 Miles Tattoo Studio. I'm gonna link their information in the description below, and the artists there are amazing. After I got in with a good place like that, I go in about 50% on what I want, and I'm so excited to kind of see what the ideas they have as well. Because artists, they love having that creative freedom, because if they're just doing the same thing over and over again, or doing somebody else's idea, it's just, for an artist, it's just, they're not being creative, and their pieces, they always want to one up the other one and just be very unique. So definitely just kind of give your artist some creative freedom. Don't always just be stubborn on what you want. Okay, so that goes over my first kind of topic. And like I kind of mentioned, research a good artist. I found a lot of my artists on Instagram, Pinterest, even on Google. And I travel all over for them. I'll go to New York, Florida, Ohio, wherever. I would love to go to Europe and get some tattoos done by people. So if you're watching this and you're a tattoo artist, I'd love to get a tattoo done by you. If you're gonna live in another state, another country, I don't care, I'll travel. Okay, so let's say you want this tattoo and this is the night prior. I recommend getting plenty of sleep, people. Don't go to your session the next day groggy as hell, because then you're gonna be a nightmare for your artist. Nobody wants that. Don't go out drinking, because the drinking will thin your blood, and even with tattooing, you're gonna bleed a little bit, but when you drink, you're gonna bleed a lot, and it's just gonna be a mess for everybody, so please don't do that. Eat some food before. Definitely have a big meal. I would say if your appointment's in the afternoon, eat something in the morning, just get something in your stomach, and then just snack throughout your appointment. Don't take a big meal and just eat a massive meal while you're getting tattooed. Artists don't like that. I mean, if you want to eat in the lobby, sure, they're fine with that, but just take some like sugary snacks, M&Ms, whatever, Coke. That way you just have some sort of blood sugar in you, get your levels up. That way you don't pass out. Another point, hygiene is a must. So you got to think your artist is going to be working up close and personal with you. So obviously, if you're going to get something here, put your deodorant on. If you have really hairy armpits, shave them down. It's okay. Take whatever like principle in your head about hair and shaving, whatever, guy, girl, whatever, I don't care. Just have good hygiene when you go to these places, please, guys. And shave. I don't care, like I said, if you're a guy, girl, shave whatever area, because they're gonna do it at the studio regardless. But just do it ahead of time and save them time, save you time. So for me, I already, I buzz my arms, I shave them, whatever, just because I have tattoos, they're beautiful, I want to show them. So yeah, before I go to my session, I always shave whatever area I'm doing. So if I'm doing like right here, my whole arm I'm gonna shave, obviously I'm gonna shave this one too. So do that ahead of time. So yeah, I put on deodorant, whatever you gotta do for that. And yeah, just definitely have good hygiene. Brush your teeth, whatever you gotta do. So that's for hygiene. Another thing that helps me is bring in music or bring a friend. With COVID, when I was kind of getting tattoos, they wouldn't let you bring a guest, but now they're a lot more open to having a friend there. Having a friend really helps. I've done it both ways, going by myself or with a friend. With a friend is cool, because I'm not saying to hold your hand or anything, but they're somebody who can talk to, get your mind off things. The artists are like that too. The artists can be very cool. Some artists put their headphones in, do their own thing. They don't like to be talked to. Some artists, they prefer, just whatever, talking to you if they want. It just helps them with whatever work they're doing. Music helps. Like I said, the pain, there's pain. Trust me, there's pain. Depends on which area you want to do, and we'll go into that a little bit later. But the music definitely helps distract that. Some shops, they'll put on like something on the TV as well, to kind of distract you from the pain. I don't know why I get so many tattoos. It's so painful, but I keep going back for more. Oh geez. So yeah, bring a music or have a friend there just for some support. It'll make the session go by so much faster. If you're getting something little, like this little heart, don't bring your friend. If you're doing something like this, bring an army of people. All right, so that's kind of the do's. Don't ever haggle the price. If a tattoo artist says this is $2,000, this is $2,000, and just pay it. If you haggle with the price, they're not going to be too happy with you. they're an artist for a reason, and they set their prices for a reason. So don't ever haggle with it. And if you do, it just, I don't know, it just comes across as cheap, and you're gonna get a cheap tattoo. So you get what you pay for. So don't ever haggle with price. Don't ever go to a sketchy artist tattoo studio. I mentioned that prior. Do your research. Don't annoy your artist. Like I was saying, some artists like to have headphones in. That just kind of means that they're in their element. They don't really like to be. Yeah, sometimes they like some questions and here and there, but if they got their headphones in, just let them do their own thing, and you do your own thing. If they don't, sometimes they like to be talked to or whatever, just to distract them from what they're doing. But don't annoy your artist. Don't have a bunch of food around knocking things over. Just be very respectful with what's going on, just because they're putting something very permanent on your body. So be conscious of what kind of your artist wants. And another good point is yeah, so those are most of the don'ts, but so overall I would just say go into it and be confident, especially when you get the stencil on. So let's say you're getting this stencil on right here and you don't like the placement. Speak up, people. It's just going on you forever. I've seen it so many times. I've even slightly almost done it before if I wasn't talked out of it. It can be, there's a lot of thoughts and a lot of time that goes in just to put the stencil on you. So when it's on and they peel it off and they're like, oh, do you like it? You put so much time and effort into just putting that on. Some people, I've seen it before, like, oh yeah, that looks good. And then they tattoo it, it's on you forever. So I have done it before where I've had them do it 4 or 5 different times. Yeah, it's annoying for them to rub it off and whatever, but it's going on you forever. Let me reiterate that again. So don't be afraid to tell them what you want. Just, stand up, be confident, let them know what you want. And always tip. Don't be cheap at a tattoo parlor, especially if you know you're gonna go. If you had a great time, and let's say like this, for instance, when I got done in New York, I did all of this, and it goes on my back too, from an artist in New York. I knew I was gonna go back to him, so obviously I'm gonna want to tip him a good amount because I'm gonna go back to the dude, next year, or however long he books out, and go back to him for more. So obviously I'm not gonna leave him a $50 tip and go back. He's like, this dude's cheap, and I'm gonna give him a cheap tattoo. So show your dude some love. He's going out of his way to give you a sick tattoo that's gonna last forever. So yeah, that's kind of the gist of this video. I know I kind of blew through it. I could talk forever on this topic. It's something that I truly do love, and I'll go into more depth on my tattoos. The next video that's going to come out, guys, this weekend, I'm going to show you I'm getting a tattoo done on my leg. So you guys will see that process, and then probably in a future upload, I'll kind of go over all my tattoos, what they mean, maybe even how much I paid for them. It's a lot. I paid a lot for my tattoos. So I'll probably do that in a future upload. But that's it for this one, guys. Just a very basic, raw episode for some beginners or even some people who have tattoos looking to get some more. But yeah, that's it for this one. I hope you guys like it. I hope you guys comment on this video, please. Show it some love. Turn on your bell notifications. If you guys have not subscribed yet, please subscribe. It means a lot. And it helps out the algorithm too with YouTube, and helps push it to a lot more people. And like I said, I want to grow this channel. I want to try to get to 500 by the end of this year. I know it's possible. We can do it. But yeah, like I said, that's it for this. Truly do love all you guys. Keep doing what you're doing. God bless you all, and hope you have a great week. See you.